friends, welcome back. And like I always ask you, I hope you have an amazing day so far. Thank you for popping over again to see what I have for you today. And of course, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I'm doing this All About Christmas channel. Like the title is saying, it's all about Christmas. But of course, after January, we are going further again with seasonal decor DIYs and daily decor DIYs. So if you like this content and you like what you see, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. So enough talking, let's jump in the inspiration for today. And you see already on my table for this DIY, we need of course our tumbling towel blocks. I use also today the smaller blocks. I have here my saucer with some old piece of kitchen towel which is wet, so to wipe away the glue. I have here my little container, a lot of you already know, with all the things I need in DIYs. So scissors, markers, brushes, cutters, some pencils, everything I need. I have now here 4 of the canvases. This is just a little piece of canvas, but you can also use a piece of cardboard. You don't have to use this one. This was only, if I'm correctly, 68 cents. So it's very cheap, but maybe you don't find them, so you also can use a piece of cardboard. I have here my wood glue, and of course you can use your hot glue, but be careful that your piece is not falling apart. I have here some sticker letters because I'm not a great drawer like a lot of you know. So I have here some sticker letters, and of course use some paint at your choice. But you can do maybe some waxing, you can do spray paint, you can do anything. So use any color you like. This is what we need. What we're going to make, an everyday kind of a sign, kind of like a frame. We will see how this will turn out. So I hope you take your tumbling towel blocks too and do this DIY together with me. So we're going to start with 10 blocks. And like this, we're going to do on the top some glue. Oh, at least I tried to do some glue over here, and we're going to glue one together. We're going to glue number 3 on here, and I hope I can get it totally on my table. We will see if this will work or not, or else my mat is too small. And number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7, and number 8. I think they are just not fitting on my mat because we need 10. Number 8. So we can move it a little bit, but not too much, or else it's falling down. So number 9 is possible, but number 10 is not fitting on my mat. So I have to make my mat a little bit longer. So I'm going to place it over here. And of course, you see already I have an extra one under it. So I always have one extra, so I'm sure that I have enough space. Like this, I'm going to place it behind it. And we're going to move ahead, and we're going to do the last one, number 10. And we're going to make 8 of number 10. So very easy, squeeze it together, go with your fingers around it so you have sure that you have it everything in a straight line. And then you get your old piece of kitchen towel and you're going to wipe away the glue you don't need, because that makes your DIY a little bit neater. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do the other one a little bit faster. So I have already 5 done, and I told you I would do 8 of 10, but I think 6 is more than enough to use, because now I lay it out and now I see that I have more than enough. So we need 6 pieces of 10 for our frame, and this is already number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, 7, 8, 9, and number 10 is of course the closure up. Very easy. Squeeze it together, squeeze this together, squeeze this together, because 10 is a little of tricky to get them glued together. So it's really just, and don't be surprised if everything, when you squeeze it over here, that everything is popping out. So don't worry about it, just glue it together again, because it can happen if one block is not totally straight, and then it will happen that it pops out. This time I still didn't have it, but of course it's very possible. So I'm going to let this dry, all 6 of them. So 6 pieces of 10 for the first part of the frame. So in the meantime, while our 6 pieces of 10 are drying, we're going to get 3 blocks. Very easy, just glue them together. And this is 1, and this is number 2. And we're going to place them together. Very easy, this is already 1. We're going to get a second one. And number 2. And again, squeeze them together. And this is already number 2. Wipe away the glue you don't need. Oh, you see already, and make sure that you have it in a straight line. You saw already my line was not straight. I have already number 2. I'm going to go for number 3 over here. And we're going to do a little glue on the tops and on this top. And number 3 is again the closure up. And we're going to do for the last one also three pieces. Oh, the glue was already gone. He was whoop. And the last one. And again, squeeze them together this way. And make sure that you have a clean line. And you see, we're going to wipe this away. And again over here. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. So one of the 3 we lay very carefully on this side. We do some glue over here, a little line, and we're going to glue them together this way. Very easy. Squeeze it in a straight line like this. And we're going to do with this one the same. Make a straight line, and it doesn't matter if your blocks falling apart. You can easily place them together again, because that's the greatest about wood glue. You still can redo it. Make sure again a straight line, squeeze it and wipe away the glue over here. And we're going to give this a couple of minutes also. So I give it a couple of minutes drying this 2 pieces of 6. Very easy. We are going to glue them on the side of our frame. So make sure that you have little spaces in between. But you can also do 2 together, 2 together and 2 together and make another frame. I like this frame, but you can do, like I said, 2 together and 2 is also fine too. But make sure that you fit them inside of here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue over here and leave little spaces in between. But if you want to be sure, just go a little bit of glue everywhere and later go out in between with a little brush, and then you can wipe away very easy the glue. So, and then you are sure that every piece has his glue, because you don't want that pieces are not glued together. That's not what you want. So I'm going to go for a little bit of all, so to make sure that everything is fitting, because it's a big frame. So, and I'm going to go with my brush and I'm going to wipe away. When I did let it dry a little moment, I'm going to wipe away the glue. So be sure that everything is fitting inside this frame, of course this way, and we're going to squeeze it and press it together like this, and we give it at least a 1.5 hour. So go in a moment when you have glue sticking out, get your wet towel, get a little small piece of brush, and again, and go in between and wipe away the glue you don't need. And it's very easy, but this way you are sure that everything is gluing very nicely together. So, but give it 1.5 hour, but not for wiping away. You have to wait now. I think a minute is more than enough, and then wipe away the glue in between the spaces to make sure that you get a nice piece of frame. So in the meantime, while our frame is drying, we are going to get 3 blocks again, and you glue them also the same way together. Very easy. Yep, squeeze them together, roll them together, and we get another 3. We do the same. Number 1, number 2, and again roll them in. This is already 2, and of course make sure that you have a straight line because you don't want that they are not fitting. So, and again we do 3 over here, and some glue on the top and on this one, and again we roll them together. We get the last 3, some glue, and over here. And now we already have our parts we are going to use as like to make it more studied over here, because if I'm going to take this up, this very vulnerable in the middle, so we don't want that everything is falling apart. So that's why we give it a little back side, but not too much, of course. You still want to see the frame, and this is already, this is what I mean. Everything can easily fall apart. You just glue it together again and let it dry. And again, wipe away the glue. Give it a couple of minutes. So, and also with this one, very carefully place one on the side. Do some glue over here. Place it down and place them together. Give it a little bit of a squeeze. And we do here the same. Over here, we need some glue, and we're going to place this one also down and against each other and press it together until one piece. And we're going to give this a couple of minutes again, and then we're going to glue it on the frame. So I gave it a couple of minutes. I'm going to glue it 1, 2, 3. I'm not counting this one. I'm just doing 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do it in the middle of the number 3 and number 4 like this. And I'm going to do here the same, 1, 2, 3, and in the middle of 3 and 4. And we're going to glue this on top of here. Very easy. We just do some glue in between over here. We do some glue over here and over here and over here and over here and this one. And then we're going to place it exactly in the middle of the blocks, because it's very easy to see, because you also have here the middle of 2 blocks. So give it a little bit of pressure and make sure. And we're going to do here the same, just a little glue over here, over here, over here, and here, and here. And we're going to place this one also in the middle. And again, give it a little bit of squeeze this way, and we're going to give it some, at least also again a half hour rest. So in the meantime, while this is drying, I want that my he can stand on his own, and we can hang it. So you can do some little hooks over here and you can hang it on your wall, but I also want that you can place it maybe on top of a cabinet in your kitchen or somewhere else. So I'm going to glue 2 blocks together like this, and again another 2, because we make the same layer over here on this side, so it can stand on its own, because I'm going to make it like a stand, but I also want that you can use it for hanging down somewhere. Of course you can hang it on top of a shelf, of at least above a shelf. So I want that you can do it with more ways. So that's why I'm going to give also 2 little stands on here. So they are not totally dry, but we're going to give it a little bit of glue over here, and we're going to place this one on the outside. But here it is very important that you have a straight line, because he has to stand on his own. So be sure, feel with your fingers that you have everything in a straight line. So I did let it dry at least for 1.5 hours, because I drank some coffee, so it was really nicely dried in. So I'm going to see, you can easily place it standing up if you want to place it on a cabinet or maybe on a shelf or something else. But also you can do some hooks on the back side and just hang it somewhere. So it's always nice to have a reusable piece. And of course we are going to make really a reusable piece, because we're now going to make the front pieces but you also can change up any moment and of course for any season, but you can do anything you like. So I'm going to place this aside and we're going to go for the little signs for in between where I place my letters on, but you also can do some pictures on top of here. You can maybe do some pictures of your children, of your grandchildren in front if you want to have a lady, so a little bit sideways on a dresser. You can spray paint it later to if you like more like a glam style. It's also glam style. Glam style. You can also use it for any purpose. So I'm going to lay this apart and I'm going to make the little picture frames. So you see already we are back at one mat on the table. We are going to get 6 blocks. And we have already 5 and a number 6, very easy. Just glue them together like this. Oh, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. And number 6 is the closure up. Squeeze them and be careful that they don't jump up, because I see already in mine is already one is not totally the same size. So we're going to wipe away the glue and we're going to make sure that we have a nice straight line, because we don't want that our piece is crooked. But of course, if you have a metal hook and you like using it, just go ahead, use it. I'm going to go for 6 blocks again. Oh, this one is already glued together. I don't know why. 3 and 6 again, and we do the same. It depends on how many you need for your frame. I think they can have place for, I think maybe 5, but I'm going to use 4. At least I think I'm going to use 4. Maybe if I change my mind later, it is a possibility always with me, because I DIY along the way, so I really have no idea sometimes how things are changing. And you see already this is already number 2, and again redo it, and I'm going to again for 6 blocks, and this is we are almost there, and then we give it a side piece, 2, 3, and of course if this is taking much too long of your time, my babbling and rambling about the blocks and the decor, just go ahead and skip forward like this. This is already number 3. We're going to go for the last one, and then we are there. This is the last, and this is number 1 again, number 2 again, number 3, and number 4 and 5. Of course, squeeze it, and again we're going to wipe away the glue and give it some time to dry. Also this one. And again, redo it. And this way. We're going to give it a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while this is drying, we're going to get 2 blocks. We're going to do the tops. And we're going to squeeze them together this way. This is already number 1. We're going to go for number 2. And again, squeeze it. Make a straight line. Place it aside. We're going to do here the same. And roll them together this way. This is number 3. Number 4. It's very easy. Just glue them together. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. And the last, number 8. So, and then we have all our pieces we need. We give it some pressure, and this way we're going to give this one and this one, and we wipe away the glue, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest, just so it can really get stuck to each other before we're going to work with it like this. So now we're going to take 1 of 4. We're going to get 2 of the 2s. We're going to do some glue, a very thin line, and we're going to do it over here, and we're going to place them on top of here and on top of here, and we're going to give it a little bit of pressure and this way, and we make sure that we have it in a straight line again. And now we get a nice little shape of a frame. So very easy. We're going to place it aside. We're going to get this one. And we're going to place this over here. We're going to get one over here again. And we could do a thin line again. And over here. And we're going to place this over here and this one over here. And again, give it a little bit of pressure. And we feel with our fingers so we have a nice straight line again. And again, this is number 2. And we're going to do one over here and one over here. A straight line again. And over here. The same. And we're going to place it here and over here, almost on top of each other. And this way, we give it some pressure. And of course, we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need to make sure that your piece is very nice to look at. And we try always to give it the high-end look. I don't know if I always succeed, but it doesn't matter for my feeling. It's like this, a little line and a little line. And the last, we're going to place it against each other this way. And we're going to let it dry a half hour. So we have our 4 pieces which we are going to make in kind of a picture frames ready. And the nicest thing is because we did it this way, you can every time you can change it up. You do some sticky gum on here and you just going to place it on top and you can change it up for any season. So just a new piece of cardboard, some new letters or maybe some pictures. Maybe some pictures of your children, like I said, of maybe grandchildren. You can do anything you like with it. So I'm going to paint this one and of course this one, and I'm going to paint this one also. So I'm going to place this aside. I place this 4 aside and I'm going to get my second mat again because this one is a little bit wider. So we need the second piece also. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give this frame a little bit of the creamy color. I think it's always a very nice color. It's neutral, but of course it's not everyone's cup of tea. So I'm going to give the whole frame this color. But of course I do it a little bit faster, don't worry. So I have the first side of this frame in the color. What I'm going to do now the 4 pieces and I'm going to do it a little bit in the brown color. It's a kind of a chocolate color. It's not really chocolate, but it's a little bit lighter. So I'm going to do the front sides and the side and also let it dry and later we do the back side because in one it doesn't work. So I'm going to give this color, but like I told you, do any color you like. So this is also in the brown color. Now I'm going to get my little canvas pieces out of the plastic and I'm going to give it a little light coat of white. Not too much, but a little light coat of white. And then we have all the pieces, then we can turn it around and do all the back sides. So I place you a little bit sideways because we're going to now give this a turn. We're going to turn it upside down, but on a piece of kitchen towel because we don't want to scratch the top. We of course going to wipe away the paint on our mat because if you don't do it immediately, then later it doesn't come off as easy as you hope because then it's most of the time sticks on top of here. And then we can already place one of the mats already under the other one because we only need the top of the other. So very easy. We're going to wipe away and now we're going to get this one over here. And of course we have to give this a little push so they go a little over here. And this one has to go a little over here and this one over here. And of course we work our way this way. It's always a little task if the space is not so big for painting all the big pieces. And we're going to place it over. Now we're going to do the back side. So in the meantime, while our paint is drying, you see already one big mess on my table. I have here my big bag with my wooden pieces I collect already for years. And every time when I need something, I get something out. And if I find something new, everything I put in one big bag from IKEA. You see already, I have here also some fall little pieces. I have here some hedgehog, if I am correctly, and of course some thing you can also do. If on the top of the signs you can do fall with the sticker letters, you can write fall, and then you can decorate it around it with some pieces of fall. So this sign you can use really for all seasons. So I am only going to show you the neutral way, but you can go all the way. You see here I have some roosters, I have some bunnies for the Easter season, for the Christmas season. You can do the word snow, you can do anything of Noel, anything on top. I just always want to show you there are so many ways you can decorate. So this is what I do, but of course you see we are going further with the neutral way. So everything is dried up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make my stickers on top of my little canvas. Of course, it's very easy. I use sticker letters, but if you, like I told you earlier, if you like to paint and you can easily make all the letters on top of here with paint, or be my guest. Of course, I know that there are a lot of people who can do that so well. So, but I'm not one of them because I need my stickers. So I'm going to use my F because I'm going to do the word farm. I have a little bit of the thicker of bigger letters, so I'm just going to lay them loose on top of here, and I'm going to get my letters over here. So I'm going to just lay it down very carefully, and I'm going to look for if I like it or not. And we are going to do the letter R, and I'm going to do the letter M. And then we have the word I'm going to use, but you can choose anything. I have to see where I have the letter M. Of course, he is here. And most of the time, always the most biggest letter. And I hope he is still fitting on my canvas. It is narrow, but of course we are going to try to get it inside. And I'm just going to lay it a little bit the way I want to have it. A little bit like this. And these letters are very easy, I see already, to work with. So you can very easy place it in another direction or something else. So I'm going to work with it and give it my twist on it. And then we're going to glue it, and this time I'm going to do it with my glue gun, and I can easily get it off my wooden piece. But if you are making it also, I would recommend do some sticky gum on the back side, so it's much easier to get off than hot glue. But I do it that I'm sure that it doesn't fall off. In the meantime, I'm doing this DIY together with you. So the stickers weren't gluing the way I wanted to go, so I have to use a little bit of normal glue. But of course, I don't know if they were old or maybe something else. I have no idea. I'm going to place this one on top, so I do a little drop over here and a little drop over here, so I easily can remove, of course, the little tag. So again, we're going to press it down and make sure that we keep it in place for a little moment. And if you only do little drops of hot glue, then you can very easy get it out. Off again, not out, but of course off. But you know already my English. You know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, just leave a comment down below. Like this. This is already the second one. And now we go for number 3. And we're going to place this also in the middle. Be sure, just measure it out. But this is very easy just to eyeball. And we do the last letter. And a little drop on this side also. And we're going to place this one also in the middle. And this way, and press it down. And now we're going to get our frame and we're going to glue this on top of our frame, but we do this with wood glue. So I have here placed my frame. Be sure that you look on the back side that you have these pieces under, or else you get on the opposite direction, and that's not what you want. Now you can still do some hangers over here, and you still can hang it, and you still can use it as a stand. So I'm going to place this one down because I know my stand is over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my letters and I'm going to lay them where I think they look nice. So it's a little bit working with it, and this way and this way. So I think I'm going to go a little bit out of space over here and over here. I think I like this way. So I'm going to get some wood glue on the pieces here under, and I'm just going to very easy, not too much wood glue, because or else we are going to have enough outside and we don't want to have too much outside. And again, I have to look for a little over here. So now I'm going to look for, and this way, just lay it on top, maybe a little bit this way. And I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure. And so I'm going to do all the letters. So I have all the letters on top of here. I'm going to lay it a little bit aside because I'm going to get two bunnies. Because it is farm, of course, I had only one rooster. I wish I had two, then I would do a rooster on each side. But I'm going to take the bunny. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to paint both of them this way because they are connecting to each other. I'm going to paint both of them black. And of course also a little bit on the back side because his ears are popping out a little bit over here on the side. So I'm going to do it black, and then we're going to glue to work away our little hole because this was normally a banner. I'm going to get a little piece of flower. Maybe I can do just a wooden flower like this, and I'm going to glue it very easy over the little hole, and it looks even nice also. So but first I'm going to paint them black. So I have my bunnies in the black color. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little flower like this, and I'm going to do, of course I need to do the lid off. I'm going to do some glue in the middle. And I'm going to glue it on top of the bunny. So very easy. Just place it over the little hole where you want to have it. And this way. And we're going to do this here the same. We do some glue in the middle. And we're going to let it fall down on top of the bunny. This way. And we give it a couple of minutes to dry in. I have 3 other from this size. Of course, you see here I have different sizes of flowers. I have also 3 the same. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little bit of glue at the ending on this one. Over here a little and a little on this one. And I'm going to, I have to look for if I have it right. Like this over here, and I'm going to glue it in between. I'm going to do one over here and one on the top. So very easy. Do some glue on the ending over here, and we're going to place it over here, and we're going to let it fall down, and we do the last one. So it gives a nice yeah, a little bit like kind of springy, at least the season which is coming at the moment is around the corner, we always say. So but like I told you, and you saw, you can do it for any season. So I'm going to do this one over here. I'm going to look for where I have my, and I'm going to press it down. So we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So my bunnies are dried up. I'm going to get my bunnies and I'm going to glue them on the side of this letter and of course on the other side. But you see in a moment the quick impression. And here you see a quick impression of our tumbling tile blocks, a little farmhouse sign, and I'm so happy how it turned out, especially you can change them up any way you like. Of course, I hope you took out your tumbling tile blocks and did this easy DIY together with me, because you will have so much fun using it in your home. Of course, if you are here and you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. And if you're here and you only love to watch, I hope you had fun watching. Everyone, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.